Prepare to embark on a chilling journey into the eerie and abandoned corners of the world. Welcome to our channel, where we uncover the darkest and most harrowing stories of urban exploration gone wrong in our series, Urban Exploration Gone Wrong Horror Stories. Urban explorers seek out the forgotten, the hidden, and the forbidden. But what happens when these daring adventurers stumble upon something they were never prepared for? From encounters with malevolent spirits to sinister secrets hidden within decaying buildings. Our series delves into the bone-chilling experiences of those who ventured where they shouldn't have. Join us as we unravel the spine-tingling mysteries, heart-pounding close calls, and hair-raising encounters that have left urban explorers shaken to their core. Each episode will transport you to the very edge of your seat, where danger and fear lurk around every corner. If you're a fan of the macabre and the unknown, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to stay up to date with our terrifying tales. Share your thoughts and your own urban exploration experiences in the comments. We'd love to hear from fellow thrill seekers. Are you ready to journey into the abyss of urban exploration gone wrong? Join us as we navigate the shadows, revealing the horrifying stories that lurk beneath the surface of forgotten places and the terrifying consequences of seeking the truth where it may be best left concealed. In the heart of a decaying city, where the skyline was punctuated by abandoned skyscrapers, a group of adventurous souls gathered one fateful evening. They were drawn together by their shared fascination with the macabre and the unknown, and they had set their sights on an ominous structure known as the Widow's Tower. The Widow's Tower was a derelict high-rise that had been abandoned for decades. Rumors swirled about its dark history, a place where tragedy had once struck in the most horrific of ways. The building was said to be cursed, haunted by the tormented souls of those who had met their untimely demise within its walls. As the group of urban explorers entered the tower's crumbling lobby, their flashlights illuminated peeling wallpaper and shattered glass. The air was thick with an otherworldly chill that sent shivers down their spines. Graffiti-covered walls bore witness to the many who had come before, but none had ventured as far as they intended to. With each floor they ascended, the atmosphere grew heavier, and the stories they'd heard echoed in their minds. It was said that the Widow's Tower was cursed by a vengeful spirit, seeking retribution for the tragedy that had befallen her. The group couldn't help but feel a growing sense of dread. On the 13th floor, they discovered a room that sent shockwaves through their souls. It was as if time had frozen in that place. An ornate mirror hung on one wall, and an old, dusty phonograph sat in the corner. The room seemed oddly preserved, untouched by the passage of time. As one of the explorers approached the mirror, she caught a glimpse of movement out of the corner of her eye. She turned slowly, only to find herself face to face with the reflection of a woman in a tattered, blood-stained wedding dress. The room's air grew icy, and the woman's hollow eyes locked onto hers. Terrified, the group fled down the stairs, their footsteps echoing in the empty tower. But the vengeful presence pursued them, its anguished wails filling the air. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped in the Widow's Tower with a malevolent force. Desperation drove them to the rooftop, where they hoped to escape the building's clutches. As they burst out into the open air, the night sky seemed to close in around them. The wind howled, and a blood-curdling scream pierced the darkness, a scream that seemed to come from within, from the very heart of the tower itself. They never looked back as they raced away from the accursed place, forever haunted by the memory of that night. The Widow's Tower, they learned, held secrets that were not meant to be unearthed, and they had crossed a threshold into a world of terror that would haunt them for the rest of their lives. In a forgotten corner of the city, where time had left its scars on crumbling buildings and overgrown streets, a group of friends embarked on an urban exploration journey they would never forget. Their destination, the notorious Mason House, an abandoned mansion shrouded in sinister legends. The Mason House was a looming monstrosity, its windows shattered and its facade marred by time and decay. Locals whispered tales of its dark history, a place where unspeakable horrors had unfolded decades ago. Curiosity and a thirst for adventure drew the group to this foreboding place. As they stepped inside, their flashlights cut through the suffocating darkness. The air was thick with the musty scent of decay and a palpable sense of foreboding. The creaking floorboards echoed their hesitant footsteps, creating a dissonant symphony of dread. Rooms within the mansion were adorned with peeling wallpaper and shattered relics of a bygone era. Forgotten photographs littered the floors, their faces distorted by time's cruel hand. But the most chilling discovery was a basement door, seemingly untouched by decay and hidden behind a heavy curtain. With trembling hands, they pushed aside the curtain and descended into the abyss below. The narrow stairwell seemed to descend endlessly into an oppressive darkness. Their flashlights revealed sinister symbols etched onto the walls, further fueling their unease. At the bottom of the stairs, they entered a chamber that defied reason. The air grew frigid, and the room was bathed in an eerie greenish glow emanating from an ancient flickering lamp. In the center, a pentagram was drawn, and candles burned with an unholy flame. As the group exchanged fearful glances, a presence made itself known. Whispers filled the room, disembodied voices from the past, and the flickering candles danced with malevolent intent. Panic gripped their hearts as an overwhelming force seemed to close in around them. Suddenly, one of the explorers felt an icy hand grip their shoulder. They turned to find themselves face to face with a shadowy figure, a specter from the mansion's dark past. Its hollow eyes bore into their souls, and a voice that seemed to come from the abyss uttered words of despair and longing. With terror coursing through their veins, they fled the Mason house, their screams echoing through the night. As they stumbled into the moonlit streets, they vowed never to return to that accursed place. The Mason house held secrets that defied explanation, and they had unwittingly awakened forces that should have remained dormant. Haunted by their harrowing experience, they left with a chilling realization. Some places are best left undisturbed, and the past should remain buried, for the Mason house had shown them the darkest depths of urban exploration, where terror and the supernatural intertwined in a macabre dance of horror.